Hello everyone, welcome to Age of Civilizations 2. We're playing as Spain and we had to take a little bit of time out to decide what the strategy is going to be. Just to recap, obviously we've got our country and we promised we wouldn't take land for the sake of it. But we felt threatened, so we went to war with neighbouring countries and we vassalised them. So we've got plenty of vassals. The whole of Northern Africa is a vassal. France was a vassal. Great Britain was also vassalised, except Scotland. We went up to Iceland. We got Sweden, Oslo. We got Ireland. Now, that was good for a time. Certainly made me feel safe, and we could build our infrastructure, improve our territory, and that took us to a rank of number 5, which is good. However, the vassals, the longer they stay in the state of vassalage, the greater the chance that they will declare independence. And that's what's been happening the last couple of episodes. People declaring independence, and then we have to go in, declare war, re-vassalize them, break them up again, etc, etc, etc. I really don't fancy doing that anymore. One is getting a little bit bored. Two, because we cannot take their lands, we cannot grow. So our growth has to come from our provinces, but we're always losing population because of the army. So we're producing armies, reducing the population, increasing the cost, not being able to develop, to revassalize these countries, which will later on declare independence again. So I think it's going to come to a point where we have to draw a line and maybe decide, no, that's enough. We're going to focus on ourselves. At the moment, Parma has declared independence, so we're at war with them. Ireland has declared independence, so we're at war with them. Marseille, Corsica and Sardinia had declared independence, so we went to war with them, we've annexed them, and now we have to decide what we're going to do with them. Portugal was a vassal. He declared independence and we let him go. I just didn't fancy fighting on two fronts. And equally, Sweden was a vassal, declared independence, and I just couldn't be bothered to be going all the way up there. He's far from my area of influence. So I came to the conclusion of we can do a number of things. We can annex them as they declare independence, so that will be our way to grow. That's very tempting. I really do like the idea of that, but I know it's going to happen. The game is going to get really easy. I'm not going to be really challenged, and I'm going to get a little bit bored, and it's going to be a question of just clicking, just taking all these weak countries, which is really no fun as such. And I want to perhaps just keep to the idea that we're going to aim for number 1 with the Spanish Empire colonizing America. But obviously we're still in 1357, so we've got nearly 150 years, 142 years before we can, just nearly 140 years before we can colonize America. So I think the plan is going to be that when a vassal declares independence, I can choose to let them go, or I can choose to revassalize them and cut them to size, so make them a little bit smaller, a little bit weaker. If they declare independence a second time, I will let them go. But if, as an independent country, they declare war on me, I reserve the right, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I reserve the right to annex them at that stage. I think that's fair enough. Now, as Spain, one of the ideas is we can form the Iberian Union. So obviously for that we would need Portugal, we need Sardinia, and we need Naples and Sicily. It would be quite nice to have the Iberian Union. What I would propose to do for that is to do it as a union. So if I propose a union with Portugal, if I propose a union with Naples, and they accept, then I will rule that country as an Iberian Union. But if they don't, then we'll just stay as Spain and see what happens. Right, so now we've got a decision. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort out Marseille. So we're going to release maybe a few little vassals because they're right on my border. The other thing to say is obviously I was just looking, at the moment we're in negative treasury, and I can see in others we're getting 3,843 gold from the vassals. But to keep them vassalage, we're spending 13,000 in the military. So I think I would do better cutting down my military, just let them go back to what it would be a diplomatic game. The countries are going to be much smaller, so I'm not going to feel threatened. And as I say, if a former vassal declares war on me, then I may decide, I'm not going to do it necessarily, but I may decide to annex them and stop the nonsense. So that's fair enough, I think. I hope you agree. So let's release some vassals here. Right, so of Marseille, I'm going to do I'm going to release Perpignan. Does Perpignan exist as a pre-existing? No, it doesn't. So we'll create a civilization. So we're going to create a country called Perpignan. Is that the right spelling? No, it's not a Y, it's an I, Perpignan. I'm going to make it quite different to Spain, otherwise we won't see who they are. And they're going to be those two countries. Besios is the largest city, so that's the capital. Got that. I'm going to release Toulouse. I think Toulouse we're going to have as a single province. Because we're right against our border, so we don't want anybody too big at the moment. And we're going to make them a little bit yellow so that we know who they are. And that's going to be just that single province with its capital there. I'm going to who are these? This is Montauban, Beverly Gaillard. Let's call that Montauban. And to release the vassal. I won't be doing this very much in the future, but Montauban, and we'll give them those two provinces as the capital. Now who are these? That's Montpellier and Albi. So I think if I do a Montpellier there, Avignon there, that's Marseille, and that's Toulon. So we do 2 provinces there, 1 province here, and then 2 there. Okay, so we're going to call this Montpellier. And hopefully, looking forward to making some progress after this. Let's do that, Montpellier, so we'll get those 2. And then we were going to do 1 here. We're saying 1 here. Yeah, Avignon there. 1 here. Nimes. So Nimes. There's going to be that one. Going to create Avignon. Now, does Avignon exist as a civilization? Oh yeah, it does. Avignon, yeah. That's that. So we're going to give him those 2 provinces. And that's the largest city, so that's going to be the capital. And then we're going to do that as Marseille, but we're going to release it at Provence. So Provence must exist. Provence. I'm going to give them those 2. Larger city is Marseille, so we'll make that the capital. Right, now Corsica, we're going to release them, but we're going to just make it North Corsica and South Corsica, just for the fun of it. There's that. And South Corsica. Now we're going to come to the decision of Sardinia. And Sardinia, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I may actually release them as a single country. Why do I want to do that? Because if I'm going to go down the route of forming the Iberian Union, I will need a single interlocutor to negotiate. I couldn't do it with all of them individually. So I'm going to release Sardinia. Which we know it exists. Sardinia. Oh, it seems to have disappeared now. Sardinia. No. Okay, it's not accepting, maybe because I... that's a bit strange. It was there last time. Obviously. It's always disappeared. So yes, disappeared. Now Cagliari, Stiano, Sari, Libya. Okay. We've got 4 provinces. Let's just call it Sardinia then. we're going to make it pink. Right, so largest is Sassari, which is that one. I'm going to release the Vassal. Right, so how is that now? I think we've sorted those vassals, declared independence. I'm going to let them go. I don't want to be going up there. I'm just going to focus on the ones near me. Parma has declared independence. I'm tempted to let it go as well. I've got a lot of army, so rather than dissolve the army, I may as well use them up to beat them up, keep them as vassal for a little bit longer, and then I will stop the armies from going. So let's get those going. Let's make that Parma war a quick one if we can. Now, the other problem we have is that Austria has declared war on Naples. They're our ally. So Naples is our ally. They're now at war with Austria. Now, Austria's become quite powerful. They've taken on the Byzantine Empire. And looking our diplomacy, they don't like us very much. So Austria, Silesia, Nice, they don't like us. So I may have to do some negotiations there. Portugal doesn't like us too much either. So I think we're improving relations with them. So that's fine. I don't think I want to go to war with Austria over Naples. He's at war with an awful lot of countries: Byzantine Empire, Verona, Tripoli, and Naples. I'm going to see how that goes. If he gets close and becomes unfriendly, then we can decide what to do. But I think we need a break from this constant war. So as soon as we finish with Parma, we'll go back to defensive for now. Right, so I think we can go to our next turn. Got 20,000 there, which we're going to land there. And those guys are going to go to the sea, right? I expect them to be quite strong. Yeah, 5,000 there. So we've lost 6,000 already. So that will at least it's a way to help the budget, I suppose. Right, so that's going to land there. And these ones are going to split in two. I mean, hopefully we'll get them, but if we cannot, we shall see. Ooh, 9,000 there. Right, okay. We're going to send a few little ones around just to try our luck. And these ones are going to commit suicide, just trying to weaken him until this one comes to the rescue. Yeah, so right, Naples has declared independence, so I'm going to say fine, you're at war with Austria, so if I go to war with you, then it's going to be trouble, and then Austria is going to have it on our target. You know, you just do what you like. So fine. Okay, that went well, because now we've got a 2000, which hopefully we will be able to neutralize. To send those here and here to just defend from any sort of sneak attacks, and then hopefully this stack will kill those, and those ones will go there. Now, call to arms, Bremen, and who's that? I think that's Scotland, is it not? I think Scotland. He's at war with who's that flag? Oh, Oslandia. Oslandia is a vassal of ours. But you know what? Here they are at war with Holstein and Bremen. I do like to have a vassal up there, but not enough to be trekking all the way. Oslandia is giving me 200 gold. You're going to cost me an awful lot more. Imagine all that sea traveling, going to be very expensive, and then no, you're going to declare independence before long. So you do that yourself. Right, let's try and finish this. Right. That escaped. Right. Got 600 there. We should be able to contain him, but what do we want to do? It would be nice if we could catch him there, but let's split the army just in case he moves before we get there. I'm going to send half the armies here, and the other one will try to contain those guys there. He moves quickly, but at least I think we're seeing the end of that. He's completely encircled, hasn't got anywhere to go. So now we've been insulted by Trier, who last time I looked was our vassal. Right. So I think that war is complete, so we're going to take the land and then reconfigure it to meet our interests. That's 100%, so send those demands. Yes. Those troops are going to go to Girona. Girona has got an armory. Maybe I should build there a supply camp, because that will reduce the cost and not recruit. So club supply camp. Yeah. Let's see what it does to our budget. Well, send the peace proposal. He's accepted. We finished the diplomatic relations with Portugal. Hold on. I want to see +3. Ooh, Nice doesn't like us at all. He's quite close, not interested in war at the moment, so let's improve relations with them. Yeah. Austria still there. These people like us, and Trier insulted us, so that's a shame. Oh no, yeah, Trier is not a vassal. Okay, so we'll have to watch him. But I think Nice was more, was a lot angry, it looks, and Ulm as well. But I've got vassals in the way, so that's okay. Well, we're making 10,000 a month now, a turn. So release some vassals. What do we want to do there? We've got Genoa, we've got Milan, so we're going to give Milan those two provinces, Genoa those two provinces, going to create Lucca there, then maybe those two and those two. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's release the vassals. I think Genoa must exist because it was a country, so yeah, there it is, and we're going to give it those two provinces. Largest is Genoa, so that's the capital. You're there. Now that's Milan, so we're going to release Milan. Maybe it's on our list. Yeah, Milan. You get those two. So yes, okay, and the capital will be Milan. And to release him. Now that's going to be Piacenza, Parma. Parma sounds quite a good name. I presume Parma doesn't exist already as a civilization. Parma, no. Okay. So let's create new. Parma. A color. And that we're going to give them Piacenza and Parma. Piacenza is the largest city, so that's going to be the capital. That's Lucca and Livorno. So again, Lucca sounds as if it could be something that already existed. Lucca, yeah, it does. Yeah, I've seen it before. Lucca is going to get those two provinces. Lucca is the largest one, so that's their capital, and they get released. And finally, we've got Bologna and Rimini. Bologna should be an existing civilization. Let's have a look. No, no, it doesn't. I think I looked for it last time. Right, okay. So we'll create it new. Going to call it Bologna. And I'm going to make you orange. Difficult to get all the oranges done here, maybe. Yeah, that's your orange. As much as we can get it. I'm going to give you those two provinces. Largest is Rimini, so that one will be your capital. Right, that's our map. We're at war with Ireland. So I'm going to say you wanted to be independent. You can be independent. Now we're going to save the game and we're going to call it a day, and hope you can join me for the next episode, where we will start doing things slightly different. So we're going to do it, save it, and hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.